It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS, January 27th, 1970 is when John Lennon recorded Instant Karma. He woke up and wrote the song, and that evening recorded the song, and 10 days later it was in stores and on the radio. 10 days. It's good to be a Beatle in 1970 when you want to get some work done. It is Wednesday morning. Wow. It is February 25th. Speaking of Beatles, happy birthday, George Harrison, which means happy birthday to my nephew, Brian Gorman.
Okay.
And now,
happy birthday to all of them.
Shall we? I'm here with Paul Fletcher.
Let's do it. Feeling Minnesota, my friends. MnDOT's Name a Snowplow contest has its winners after 67.
Hey, bud.
What?
Shoot, that's why we do it, man.
That's why we do it.
I didn't get a chance to say hi to Ryder.
Oh, I thought, sorry.
You just kicked me right in the shin.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on a different planet.
I've been kicked
My
right
bad.
in the shin, man.
My bad.
I'm glad you cut in.
Wow.
I was like, wow, did I miss a memo? Man.
You know what? What can I say?
Yeah, it's one
I'm
of those
just
things.
raring to go. I'm raring to go.
I appreciate that alacrity.
All right.
Sure. You can call it that.
Here we go.
Okay. Sorry about that, Ryder. I didn't mean to do that to you. All right. Headlines. MnDOT's Name a Snowplow contest has its winners after 67,500 submissions and 30 finalists. Your winners are...
Okay.
Oh, for Sleet's Sake was the top vote getter.
Really? I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite.
You gotta put that Midwestern out. Oh, for Sleet's sake.
You know,
sorry
good. That's thank you. That saved it.
There we go.
Oh, for Sleet's
Pulled
Sake.
it right back from the brink.
Over 18,800 votes. Yeah, I mean, to that being the winner, I say oh, for Sleet's Sake.
Yeah.
Second was Flurious George.
I like that one.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But then again, I was always a sucker for the man in the yellow hat, so that just tugs right at the heartstrings.
For sure. One that we were all rooting for, Sled Zeppelin was a winner.
Yeah, sure.
K-pop Blizzard Hunter. K-pop Demon Hunter is a huge show on Netflix. I mean, massive.
Even grown-ups are telling me to get into this one.
What is it called?
K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop, as in like a Korean boy band?
It's a K-pop. It's girls and boys. It's kind of anime-ish meets
I'm out.
K-pop.
I'm out.
Yeah. My 9-year-old's watched it a bunch. You know, whatever. I've been sucked into it. It's fine. Minnesota. Every day I'm shoveling.
I like that.
Digging that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, where art plow.
Okay.
Yes.
Last but not least, Taylor Swift had to make a mark in some regard. The life of a snow girl.
Okay. Well, in the 80s, that had a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Sure it did.
Yes. Ask Stevie Nicks about that one.
Damn straight.
Yeah. So you'll see those 8 out plowing roads throughout the remainder of winter, and I'm guessing into next. In a marathon State of the Union address last night, President Trump painted an upbeat picture of the U.S. economy, touted a tough immigration stance, and took repeated shots at Democratic lawmakers. The address, aimed at bolstering Republican prospects ahead of midterm elections, lasted more than 1 hour and 45 minutes and set a record for the longest in history.
Now, I looked this up. Any politician speaking for that long, that does fall under cruel and unusual punishment.
That's correct.
There we go.
That's right.
There we go.
That's right.
Don't give me that political bull crap.
Yep.
That's just what it is.
Have you ever, either of you, seen blue patches in the snow in your yard?
Like a windshield washer fluid or something like that?
Well, it's not windshield washer fluid. It's not aliens. It's a common Minnesota rabbit that's to blame. The Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board want to remind us all about a common phenomenon this time of year, and it's blue urine from the very common eastern cottontail rabbit.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because in back-to-back days, I had 2 spots in our yard of blue. I'm like, what the hell is that? I figured it was just like some toy that got left out that bled, into the snow or something like that. And then the very next day I read this, which was this morning. And so there you go. If you see blue spots in the snow, it is these rabbits have blue urine.
Don't you go where the rabbits go, and don't you eat that blue snow. Does everybody know the Frank Zappa Yellow Snow song? Come on.
Yep.
You know what? I mean, now that you're saying that, maybe I'm just kidding myself, but I do believe I've seen those blue streaks of which you speak. Yeah.
I got bunnies all over the yard, and it's just little yellow patches, them and the squirrels.
You got the wrong kind of bunnies,
I
man.
know. Need to get some different feed.
Yeah, you need some Eastern cottontails is what you need. According to the Social Security Administration, a woman who lives in Dallas is officially dead again. The agency has wrongly declared 94-year-old Helen Svick dead 4 times in less than 10 years. The first and second times in 2017 and 2020 were cleared up quickly. Social Security declared Miss Helen legally dead twice in 2025, most recently in December. That problem hasn't been cleared up yet, and Miss Helen and her family aren't happy about it because they're paying for her insurance, prescriptions, and assisted living care.
When asked about it, the mayor of Dallas said, "We just really want her to die." That's not true. I just made that up.
I mean, somebody does.
Yeah, clearly.
4 times. My God.
That's a wild one.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation just announced its nominees for the class of 2026. 10 of the 17 artists are first-time nominees, including...
First-time nominees.
Yeah.
Silly.
To be that young, right?
I know. Gosh. The salad days.
Those include Jeff Buckley, Phil Collins, In Excess. I do see another band that's on the list for a second time.
Hi, I'm 2-time Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominee Steve Gorman on Gorman and Money. How about that?
So pumped for you. I'm ready to do all my fan voting. It's a daily thing.
Let's go.
I've got an email set up for it. Everything's going to be good to go on my end.
I like it.
I know last time this was like a big surprise when you got nominated.
I was.
Were you thinking like it's probably going to be a second time nomination or?
Okay,
where
all right.
was
Here's the deal. A year ago, I was actually stunned to be nominated.
Yes.
Now, I didn't really give it any thought. I'm not stunned just because the nature of things.
Right.
Yeah.
And a year ago, I was very, very serious when I said, "This is really cool. I like it. No skin in the game." I didn't expect to get in, and we didn't. But now I'm like, oh well, screw it. At this point, let's just get in this bad boy. Sure. I mean, if the option is either get in or wait till next year again, let's just go. Come on, vote. Let's go.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to put it behind me. I want to. It'll be cool. It'll be fun, and then we can just get on with the rest of our lives. Let's go.
And naturally, expectations have risen a little bit.
Well, they will by the time. Right now, I'm just like, wow, that's who's getting a payout here? I'm just still so like, really, huh? But then again, I look at all the nominees, and about half of them, I'm like, really, huh?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think you just want to get in to go party with everyone at the ceremony. Is kind of what I think.
Well, almost everyone.
Oh, okay. No. How could you not want to hang out with the Wu Tang Clan?
Are they on there?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang's in.
Definitely want to get in with the Wu Tang Clan. I haven't even looked at the list. I guess I should. I saw it. And I just scanned. I didn't notice Wu Tang Clan. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Shakira,
very
the
cool.
Hips Don't Lie. Come on.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You know what? You get in. I want to be your +1 just so I can hang and rub shoulders with Pink. She's also in there.
From what I hear, it's a pretty pricey ticket.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember Steve Miller getting up there and just bitching about the whole It's like you get a +1 and then every other seat's $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Connell and Marley.
Serious? Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed that college education.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to say, for the second of 57 times I'll say it, how is it that Phil Collins is just now first nominated? By the way, I've already gotten, since this announcement, I've gotten a lot of text messages this morning from people saying, hey, that's great. And just about every one of them says, I can't believe Phil's never been nominated. It's like, hey, good for you, dude, but what the hell's up with Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Just a ginormous number of songs. I mean, just while still in Genesis. He brought Genesis over to the top pop charts. The guy, it's crazy that he's not already in, much less never been nominated.
Is there a lot of consideration for if somebody else is in with a different band? Because he is in Genesis. Maybe that's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame guy question.
I don't know. I mean, but even so, it's like, but his solo career is commercially far bigger than Genesis. So it's just an odd thing to me that it's like they're just now getting around to it. Like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, you could argue that Phil should be in before Genesis.
You could make that argument, sure.
You know? 150 million records worldwide, by the way, for Phil Collins.
Pretty good run. Pretty good run.
Unreal. Steve, you'd mentioned earlier like STP and Alice in Chains being no-brainers.
Yeah.
Who do you replace for them? Who would you take out?
Do you have to play that game? Can't you just stick more in?
No, it's more fun to say we got to take somebody out.
I would take Shakira out because I don't know a thing about her other than who she is. Her music has never influenced or impacted my life on any level, and I don't want someone to go, "Oh no, but you have to understand." I don't care.
Super Bowl halftime show with J-Lo.
Whatever. But that's just me.
With J-Lo,
by the way,
that's right there alone. She couldn't do it herself.
When I say this, I'm not knocking Shakira or her fans. I just don't. It just never entered my sphere. That's an easy one. Let's see. I'd say Lauryn Hill. The Fugees' first record, huge. Her one album, The Miseducation, huge and valid and worthy. But that's really it that I know of. I don't know that she's really made that much of a dent since. Agreed. So that's two right there. Boom, get them out. Alice in Chains and STP, put them in there.
There's a strip club set to open in a small town in Canada, and it happens to be right next to a kids' dance studio. Here's a reaction from...
Boy, talk about a pipeline.
Jeez. Here's a reaction from the townsfolk.
Yeah, right. In that little joint? I thought they weren't allowing any strip clubs around here. That's blowing my mind right now, actually.
This is big news to us at the lodge.
I don't think most reasonable people would think putting a strip club next to a children's school is a good idea. I suppose in this case, at least one person does. However, it'll be interesting to see what the city council thinks of this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did that one guy say next to the lodge?
The lodge.
Yeah. It's completely different hours. If you know anything about strip club hours, they generally are not the same as school hours.
I would think not.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to discuss the realities of life with your children. Hey, if you make certain choices, you might not have to go too far for work. I don't know.
I just think it's worth pointing out, by the way, the children's dance studio owner's name is Carl Butterworth.
Butterworth.
Yeah, I just thought I would point that out.
No, that's good. That's valid.
Relation to Mrs. or we don't know?
I'm not. I think distant cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
He's
he was
in Canada,
an heir to the
so,
Butterworth Foundation, then might not need to have any type of dancing going on.
Yeah. True.
Canadian strip clubs, kind of like Canadian go-karts, way faster than you might imagine before you go there.
Mm-hmm.
A potbelly pig showed up in an Alabama family's home and won't leave.
I thought it was a dog over by my pump house, and come to find out it's a pig. So destructive. I just wanted him gone because I know what kind of destruction they can do. But I can't get rid of him. I guess he's finding plenty to eat around here, and he won't leave. I have tried to find the owner and cannot find the owner. And we just need him gone.
Maybe the pig ate the owner.
That's the luckiest pig in the state of Alabama. Because let me tell you something, 9 out of 10 homes, that sucker'd already be on the skillet.
Yeah.
He found the one guy in Alabama who doesn't look at him and see ham loin, bacon and ham shanks.
That was the homeowner of the spot where this potbelly pig is squatting. His name is Jamie Watt. You know what? The biggest thing I learned from that? Tom Hanks did a pretty damn good Alabama accent in Forrest Gump.
Yeah, don't get me started.
It's pretty accurate. Sounded just like that guy.
I just hate that movie.
Sounded just like that guy, though.
I don't want to talk about Forrest Gump. Just
accent.
Boy, that movie annoyed the hell out of me.
Just the accent. That's all I'm saying.
If I watched it now, I'd probably be like, "Hey, it's good. I was an angry young man," but I don't want to find out.
It's just okay. It's not. It's all cracked up to be.
Let's talk sports. Minnesota Timberwolves back in business last night in Portland. Jaden McDaniels and Ant combined for 63 points. A 3-point win over Portland that really wasn't that close. They had some desperation three-pointers. They had 3 straight in the final minute, like just heaving the ball at the rim, and they all went in. But it was a solid victory. The Wolves had allowed 18 points in the entire fourth quarter until the final minute. So, the score is a little closer than the game looked. Jaden McDaniels, 11 points and 4 blocks in the first quarter alone. I mean, he set the tone for sure. 29 points all told, 11 for 15, 5 blocks, 3 steals, and 6 rebounds. That's what I'm talking about, Jaden McDaniels. Let's be the spark plug.
Yeah, please.
They have the Clippers in L.A. tomorrow night, the Wild tomorrow night in Colorado. Now, the Avalanche are sitting atop the NHL standings with 83 points. The Wild are, just to remind everyone, only 5 back, but we've played 3 more games.
Yes.
So the Avalanche are decidedly ahead in the point standings if you look at it. But a win tomorrow for the Wild would be a huge way to kick off that old grind into the postseason.
Sure, go get a win. I mean, the Avs never lose, though, so it's tough.
On this day in 1940, the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens played in the first hockey game to ever be televised in the United States.
Oh, wow, cool.
Oh, that's nice.
The game aired on W2WBS in New York City with one camera in a fixed position.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
And so if you look at it, what you see is, and there goes a guy with a puck.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
And here goes a guy with the puck because it was just in one position and there wasn't a lot of action. They just had it sort of center ice and they'd skate by and then skate by the other way.
I know.
Is that how it really went? It didn't turn? It had to have turned.
No, a fixed position. They in 1940, they weren't spinning cameras.
Yeah, I'm picturing Pong in my head.
I think they actually probably set it up in one of the end zones. But the point remains, what must that have looked like? And it's snowing inside Madison Square Garden. Hey, Elk River, glad to have you with us this morning.
Hey, Elk River.
Come on, Elk River.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. David Bowie right there. David Bowie no longer with us.
Sadly.
Golly, man.
I know.
I always see those memes. The world went right to hell after Bowie died.
Not
With
wrong.
the chart of all the things that have happened since.
Yep.
2016 or 2015?
16.
16.
Yeah, man. Right after he released the final album, the Black Star. Man,
Yes.
It was like
what
8
a
months or
drag.
something. Yeah, like 8 months or something like that, right?
Days after. 2 days.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he had his
My
birthday.
bad.
He released the record, had his birthday, and 2 days later, he gone. But you know what? But that awaits us all. We're all going to be gone one day.
Death and taxes.
It's the
That's it.
way it works, unfortunately.
That's what they're saying to me anyway. And so the good news maybe is that Spotify has paired up with, of all people, Liquid Death, the water company. They have a new Bluetooth urn. That's right, an urn for your ashes, complete with a speaker in it so that your ashes can listen to your favorite tunes forever.
Oh, Liquid Death, so good at the marketing.
I'm all for the shtick. It's funny. But if the urn was $49.95, I'd be like, that's hilarious. It's $495.
Right.
Urns are not cheap. Like, this is a normal price for an urn. We're not going to Ralph's and getting ourselves a Folgers coffee can. You need to get something a little bit nicer than that. You're dead.
Well, and we're talking Liquid Death. Like, when they do these limited drops, this is how it goes. Remember, these are the guys that did the cans of Aussie DNA.
Oh, if I could only have one of those cans.
But then, but the problem is, who's in control of that playlist after you're gone? You don't know.
No, you need to get the playlist in the will. And I'm already nervous about this because on services like Spotify or Amazon Music or whatever, licensing changes. So things that you put on your playlist might go away.
That's right. And then that nephew you cut out of your will, he somehow hacks into your Spotify account after you're dead, and he ends up playing like Beverly Hillbillies theme over and over and over and over forever.
You know what? Here's how you control it indefinitely. You just burn them a CD like the old days.
There you go.
Then you can't adjust.
God,
unless
the
it's
old days.
rewritable, I
The good old
suppose.
days of burning CDs.
Right?
I know.
And by the way, they were good because I thought I was like living in Star Trek. I was like, it'll never be more futuristic than this.
No.
I take a blank CD, I put it in my laptop, and it comes out with music on it. I'm Buck Rogers.
Yes.
It's like you're talking about driving a Model T Ford now.
Yeah, right?
I do need to get a CD player just into my tombstone. It just needs to be right in there.
Totally insane.
Oh,
And I
boy.
need to get a Model T.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees for 2026 have been announced. I'll just go ahead and lead with this. No Alice in Chains. Guys, get it together.
I was waiting for that comment. Yeah.
Get it together. And I'll throw Stone Temple Pilots in there, too.
Yeah.
Their first 4 albums are, that's strong a first 4 as anybody's had. And Alice in Chains is just badass. By the way, Alice in Chains is still great.
Yes.
Go see them live.
I know.
They're fantastic. Anyway, so as we do every year, and by we I mean the collective, all of us, we look and go, "Are you kidding me?" Or we say, "Yeah, right on." So here's your nominees. There's 17 of them in alphabetical order. The Black Crowes, Atlanta, Georgia, rock and roll band, with which I have a passing familiarity.
Thumbs up for me.
Let's go.
Nice.
Passing familiarity.
Second nomination in a row, which is
That's pretty standard, right? To
I think
knock
so.
it in the first time
It is,
around?
yeah.
Okay.
That's like the White Stripes went in last year. It was their second nomination. If you're, there's certain bands, Pearl Jam, first time in, a no-brainer. REM, there's bands that are just like, the absolute no-brainers. But
Sure. You think Alice in Chains would be one of those?
I would think they would be. I would think they would at least garner a nomination by now. Jeff Buckley, first nomination. Talented kid, sadly not around nearly long enough to really make an impact beyond, that poor guy that died and he was on his way somewhere great, maybe. Yeah. Mariah Carey, third nomination. Let's not peel off into, is that rock and roll? Of course it's not. That's not what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame really is. Like, it's not for someone's definition of, that's not rock and roll. Yeah. Rock and roll is the music of the people. Mariah Carey's one of the, 20 biggest selling artists of the last 30 years, easily.
Chuck D from Public Enemy put a pretty good spin on it after Gene Simmons made his comments.
Right.
He's like, you guys are the rock. The rest of us are the roll.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mariah Carey's just one of those, she's so huge at some time. But, it's like, if she gets in, fine. If she doesn't, fine. I don't care, is my point.
Right.
It doesn't move the needle either way for me.
Yeah, we'll dig into that grunge song she did later that went viral last fall.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is the most shocking nomination on the list to me. Phil Collins. Not that he's nominated, but that it's his first nomination.
Yeah.
Phil Collins is the ultimate unicorn. How many people have ever stepped outside of a ginormous band and then eclipsed that band?
It's a handful.
He's bigger as a solo artist in the 80s and 90s than Genesis was, and Genesis was a very successful band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Robert Plant had a great career. Did he eclipse Led Zeppelin? Not hardly.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would even say Sting did not eclipse the Police, despite his great success in the 80s.
Agreed.
But he left the Police. The Police blew up. They were the biggest band in the world in 1984. Sure. So that, but think about that. Genesis is huge, and then Phil Collins is bigger somehow. Yeah. That's wild. Lionel Richie left the Commodores and became bigger than the Commodores.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, who else can you say?
Ozzy, I think, eclipsed Black Sabbath.
I'd say I think over the. Oh well, yeah. Black Sabbath in the 80s and 90s was not.
Okay, I'll rephrase. Ozzy commercially.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's what they're looking at when
that's
they're doing
what I mean.
This, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Ozzy was selling more records and tickets in the 80s and 90s than Black Sabbath. I would have to imagine.
That is fair.
That's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, boy, Phil Collins. That's he was so just ginormously big. He played both Live Aids. Now, he really kind of wasted that. There was no reason for him to show up in Philly and play with Led Zeppelin, but he did it. He played London, got on the Concorde, and got to Philly. Yeah, that was impressive.
Good for him. I think some of the people who are like, let's pass on Phil Collins are like, he is already in there with Genesis, right. Is he not? So
he is already in there, but just the fact that he's so big on his own. I mean, the average person who will be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony in Brooklyn in November can name way more Phil Collins songs than they can Genesis songs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you know what? With Phil's health, let's not make this a posthumous thing. Let's just get him in. Let's just do it this time right now.
Yeah. We'll go down this entire list, but here's another one that jumps off to me. Iron Maiden, third nomination. How is Iron Maiden not already in there? That's crazy.
Because Eddie's just too cool for the Hall of Fame.
I guess
probably.
He is. Yeah.
That's probably it for sure.
Yeah. Man, I mean, just year in, year out.
I know, and they still kill it live.
Yeah, they do.
They go there, and they sound exactly like Iron Maiden is supposed to sound. You don't have any, supporting acts or anything. It's just Iron Maiden being Iron Maiden, and it freaking rules.
Yeah.
I would add to this that I'm a guy that I really never got hardcore into this scene, and I even had an Iron Maiden phase.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It
transcended big time.
Okay, there's two things I think that are just givens, right? I think Def Leppard should have been put in the Hall of Fame the minute the doors opened simply because they didn't fire a one-armed drummer. The other band that should be in no, think about it. The guy loses his arm, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll take 3 years off. Figure it out."
Is it the Hall of Fame of good coworkers?
Yes.
No, it's not.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that right there. But you got to bend the rules when a band does that. And the other rules you got to bend are when a band says, "Yeah, we'll be there at your festival. Our singer's gonna fly us in his own 747. Put him in the Hall of Fame."
Yes.
Yeah.
When Bruce Dickinson is piloting a 747 for the band and the crew and all of their touring equipment. I'm sorry. That's an automatic. Yeah. They should build a runway at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just for their...
Call it the Bruce Dickinson runway.
They should. Just let him fly in anytime he wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. In excess, right there with Need You Tonight. Nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Those were just announced. This year's nominees were announced a little under an hour ago. That's their first nomination. And I've said this many times. I saw them twice live, and they just blew the doors off both times. A really, really great live band.
Hell yeah.
Now, I say that, and then I also follow that up with, I've also seen Maroon 5 twice, and they too are a great live band, but I never need to do that again. But In Excess was
that an adventure with children?
It was.
Maroon 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the drummer's a dear friend of mine, Matt Flynn. But and as I've said for years, no one dislikes their music more than me, except their drummer. But In Excess was like they were a rock band who then bought some groove and dance groove to it. Like the real thing. Like this was new wavy alt, in the early 80s, like indie rock is what you would have called this, that sound. And they were just badass.
I think NXS called it pub rock is what they called it. Which is kind of a cool. They were the real deal. That's all I'm saying. And I think that, they get caught up because they had so many pop hits, and people might imagine, which makes sense. Oh, they probably weren't like a real dudes band. No, they were the real deal. 1,000%.
But looking down the list of nominees, we have every year. We already mentioned Mariah Carey. Lauryn Hill is nominated. Pink, Sade, Shakira. A lot, the more pop stuff or R&B stuff. That's always a thing. But let's just look at the bands, because this is a rock station and we play rock music. So just quick thoughts here. I'll go up from the bottom. Oasis, third nomination. I know that in America they've never been what they are in the rest of the world, but they're still big enough when they come over here and just do stadiums after 30 years.
Yeah.
And if you're telling the story of rock music, you can't not talk about Oasis. Maybe not in the States, but in the rest of the planet. It's not the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My point is they should be in. Whether you like them or not, and I don't love all of their music, but I mean, they're just so impactful from 1994 for the next decade. For about 15 years, they were the arguably biggest rock band in the world. Maybe not here, but everywhere else.
Well, you always caveat that, but I feel like they were massive here when I was growing up. Like the songs were everywhere on the radio. What's the Story? Morning Glory was one of the first 10 albums that I bought and listened to so much I scratched the hell out of it.
That proves the point. They were that big here, and they were 10 times that everywhere else. The comparison, they're so big everywhere else. It's like, oh yeah, it's like. For those about to rock, only sold 10 million copies after Back in Black. It's like, well, that's still pretty humongous.
Yes.
It's like they were so big everywhere else that we look at them and go, well, they kind of failed here.
You talked about Pearl Jam a minute ago, that they were like a no-brainer first ballot entry, right? They've got roughly 90 million records sold.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Oasis is over 100 million, to put it all in perspective.
Yeah, sure. And very few of those comparatively in the most populous rock country in the world, the United States. Like they were selling millions of copies in the UK. So if you sell 3 million records in England, that's like selling 20 here comparatively. It's nuts. But let's move on.
Okay, but is there behind-the-scenes politics stuff with Oasis?
Yes, big time.
Because they're not going to embrace this like some other people would.
No, they're going to make fun of it the whole time. If they get inducted, they'll go.
Yeah.
And they'll have hilarious, great speeches.
Yes, I love that.
That's they'll be incredible. It'll be awesome.
If you're the foundation, you have to just look at it as the cliche of no publicity is bad publicity. If they're going to talk about it, even if they're making fun of it, it's going to get a ton of recognition.
Joy Division / New Order, third nomination.
Should they be coupled together? My vote is no.
I think that's the only way either will get in.
Yeah, I agree.
Is what they're saying, what they're thinking. But, it's kind of like, I would think that would make sense. We already mentioned Iron Maiden. To me, a no-brainer. They should absolutely be in there.
Mm-hmm.
In Excess, another great rock band. I would say, yeah, man. I mean, why not? I don't know. I've never owned an INXS album, but I'm just saying they were a proper band.
I have. I've owned two. What got my attention was that damn Mediate video. That's how they entered my airspace, and then I went, oh wow, you've got all these other songs. Mediate ended up being probably my least favorite of their stuff. Man, they're such a legit band though. God,
Billy
great.
Idol is second time here nominated. Oh, I overlooked this one. Melissa Etheridge for the first time is nominated. We just had her on our Cigarette Mom Rock poll last week.
I know, and she got snubbed. So
she got snubbed.
Yes, hopefully she gets in here.
I gotta think Billy Idol's going in there. He's still got universal appeal.
Absolutely.
Who's walking around going, I hate Billy Idol? Nobody.
Nobody.
Damn person.
Not a single person. I think the only way to make up for the loss in the Cigarette Mom Rock brackets is to put her in the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
Like that's the compromise.
That checks out to me. All right, we'll be going back and forth with this nonsense for the next 3 months till they let us know who's actually going in, and then we'll complain some more. It's always it's a fun way to handle the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame year in and year out.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Pink Floyd. Think about this. They were working on their debut album in 1967 in Abbey Road Studios, right down the hall from the Beatles, who were working on Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, geez.
So they're this brand new band. They get signed to EMI. They're like, we'll put you at EMI Studios, which is before it was called Abbey Road Studios. And so they're going to work every day. And here's the Beatles making Sgt. Pepper. And they're like, yeah, come in, have a listen. Like, they're on their first record and they're hanging out. It's like, okay. And so the craziest thing about Pink Floyd to me is that Dark Side of the Moon, I believe, was their 8th studio album.
Right.
It was real deep into the
8th.
Yeah.
They had 7 albums out for weirdos and critics and cult fans, and then all of a sudden, like, boom!
Yeah.
They explode. Dark Side of the Moon puts them up there right next to Zeppelin and, whoever in the 70s. You know, the Eagles, if you look at the biggest bands of the 70s, Fleetwood Mac, blah, 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 then Pink Floyd is right there.
Right.
And so what do they do to follow up Dark Side of the Moon? They make Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
A love letter to their bandmate who left the band because of his mental illness. Like the most personal, imaginable album ever. They're like, okay, we're the biggest band in the world now, so let's write a love letter to a guy no one's heard of and cares about.
Let's get super into
What an amazing time in music.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the label's like, yeah. Cool. Sounds good.
When that guy is Sid Barrett, it's hard not to.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like hardly a household name at the time. I mean, like, again, critics and cult fans knew, but it was like, I just always look at what bands do when they do it and think, man, you followed up this incredibly successful album. And oh, by the way, Wish You Were Here did just fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
absolutely.
pretty great record on its own. But
we just played it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the entire, it's like, but at the time, it's like, what an amazing thing. For
sure.
I love bands.
Interesting decision to make at that time. For sure.
I'm really into rock music, man. Make no mistake about it.
For you, then.
I do. I dig it. And I like it so much that sometimes I learn the lyrics to my favorite songs, but most often I don't. I just hum along.
Which I find very
just phonetically invent my own words. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees have been announced, and so why not whip up a little something we call the lyric game? Let's just make fools of ourselves.
We'll do a Rock and Roll nominee Hall of Fame edition.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you have any requests?
Yeah, I have one. Can we not do this? We already did Speed Tracks.
Don't play Black Crows because I don't know any of those lyrics. I have a better shot with somebody else.
No, when we do whatever the drumming equivalent of the lyric game is, that's when I'll throw some Black Crows stuff in. Just some softballs for you. But congrats again on being nominated.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I'm feeling good about it. I mean, it's cool. It's better. It's this is really all it's worth. It's better than not being nominated.
Yeah.
At this stage of the game.
It's
now,
fun.
if we get in, that's a whole different thing because then I got to stress about my hair and what am I going to wear. You know, for now, I'm just enjoying the nomination.
I thought we were doing Crocs and maybe some kind of just, coveralls.
I could bust out the orange Crocs from 2006.
I was just going to say, orange, the Guy Fieri Crocs.
Yeah, no, I 2006 Father's Day, my kids gave me orange Crocs. It was a World Cup summer, and I always cheer for the Dutch national team, so therefore they bought me orange Crocs. And then I was wearing them on tour, and boy, you'd be amazed at how many people that upset.
Yeah.
There's like literally like fans would come and they're like, what's up with those? I'm like, hey, my kids gave them to me. Back off. What am I supposed to do? Like light my feet on fire? For rock?
I came here to rock, and the drummer is wearing Crocs?
I wasn't wearing them on stage.
Okay.
I was just wearing them walking around backstage.
Yeah,
Come on,
buzz off.
Man.
I've taken a leak wearing orange Crocs before.
That's what they're for. God, nothing more comfortable.
Yeah.
I did have to admit, sadly, by the end of the summer, I was like, yeah, but I do look like a clown. I should probably do something. I should probably get back into the world of shoes.
It's as much or more the orange that is the Crocs.
I guess so.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to play a little something called the Lyric Game, featuring 3 of those nominees. Ryder, go for it.
Okay, so we're going to start with Oasis.
Okay.
The song is Champagne Supernova.
Oh, boy.
All I heard from everybody who went to these Oasis shows last summer, including you, Steve, was the entire stadium sings along to every freaking song.
It was like karaoke for 60,000 people. It's crazy.
All right, so I've got 28 lyrics again. The song is Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
Steve, will go to you for the opening bid. Of 28, how many do you think you could get?
I'm feeling pretty strong about it. I'll start at 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fletcher, you want to go for a little bit higher than that?
In the interest of the game, I'll say 23.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
This is what we're doing. We're playing today, bud.
Man, I like it.
All right. You want to hit 24, Steve? Or
I can keep doubling down? Yeah. I'll go 24.
You'll go 24?
Yeah.
And now, in the interest of the game, I'll let you do 24.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so 24 out of 28. So you can have a couple of flubs.
Okay.
Got to get 24 out of 28.
Because people believe that they're going to get away for the summer. They got to get away from the summer. They're going to get away from the summer. But you and I, we live and die. Hang on. You and I, we live and die. The world's still spinning around. We don't know why. Why?
Man, clean sweep, all 28.
Nice work.
Noel writes a banger.
Just to settle it for you, it is gonna get away for the summer.
Okay, gonna get it. Got it.
Steve's got a point. Next song, we're gonna go to Fletcher first. It's In Excess, The One Thing. I've got 29 lyrics. How many can you get?
The One Thing?
Yes.
It's the early In Excess. Yeah.
You'll know it when
How many lyrics?
I got 29.
Ooh.
So we're basically talking about an entire chorus or an entire verse right
okay,
here.
yeah.
I'll say 20.
20? You want to go for a little higher than that, Steve?
I'm just trying to picture the song. I mean, other than the chorus, I'm not sure I do it in 20.
Do it in 20?
I'm backing out.
Okay.
I'm backing out.
You got a lot of flubs, man. All right. So
I know, but the anxiety's through the roof.
Okay. So you need 20 out of 29. Here you go.
Dude, I've seriously am blanking completely. Here's the thing. It's time for me to come clean on something. Remember how when we kicked off the show and I interrupted Ryder?
Yeah.
I woke up in the middle of the night last night with a nasty migraine.
Oh,
and my brain is not working at all.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to just go ahead and take the L because
I'll give you the first 3.
Okay, give me the first 3.
Started. Well, you know.
Just what you do to me.
Oh, Steve's stealing.
The way you move. Something cool for me. What is it? Something
inside of me?
Could be. I know he goes, cut the night just like a razor. And then something else.
All right.
I just heard it, and I literally can't.
That's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
I just I hate to use excuses, but that's the honest to God truth of why the brain is not working.
Nobody is getting any points for this one. Okay, so here it is. Well, you know just what you do to me, the way you move. Soft and slippery.
Oh, yep. I thought it was okay.
Cut the night just like a razor. Rarely talk, and that's the danger.
That's a good line. Rarely talk, and that's the danger.
Yeah,
and I also mentioned earlier that Mediate is when I got into In Excess. This is before. I've maybe heard that song 3 times in my life.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm just saying, like that's just
In Excess
Shabu Shaba was
I've
bad, man. That band was legit. Make no mistake
We're
about
gonna
it.
give this game to Steve. Maybe we'll do some Phil Collins later.
I'll take the one.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go Phil later.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just pretend this never happened.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Your Rhythmics on what is the nominee announcement day for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Your Rhythmics are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Justly. A great band.
Do you know if Annie Lennox is in by herself?
I don't think she is.
Okay.
But boy, she's a badass.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have ourselves a good old-fashioned bargument, and we welcome your text texts on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line, 651-989-ROCK. We have shared with you the nominees. If you're just now joining us, the Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Mariah Carey, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, the Black Crowes, Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol, INXS, the Black Crowes, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, and New Order.
Did you
Oasis,
see the Black Crowes?
Pink, the Black Crowes, Sade, Shakira, Luther Vandross, Wu Tang Clan, and the Black Crowes. There's your nominees.
I like a bunch of those.
So if you want to go ahead and vote, log
Crowes.
in and you can vote every day from whatever email address you may have.
Or email addresses.
It looks like the Black Crowes were on the list this year again.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Come on, let's get in there.
Hell yeah.
Look, if we go in, you guys are all coming with me. Not really.
I mean, we can just go hang out in New York and not
you can go hang out in New York, yeah. It's ridiculous. They charge so much for this nonsense. But here's today's bargument. Let's get into it. Who's the biggest snub? Who's not on the list that should be? Just right off the bat, I mean, plenty of bands come to mind for me.
Sure.
And I'm curious what you think. Ryder, top of your head.
They've been nominated, but never inducted, and it is just tragic. The answer is Motorhead.
You know what?
They've permeated the culture. Lemmy's incredible.
No kidding.
Yeah. Nobody embodies rock and roll and rebellion like Motorhead. They're fast. They're dirty. They should be there.
You know, I got no argument for that. And in fact, when you just said that, when you started the song, I was like, wait. And I know this every year we talk about it, and I always forget. To your point, you're right.
They have been nominated.
They have permeated every realm. If you look at everybody who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from a true rock band, there's not a band in there that doesn't have at least one guy who's like, oh, Motorhead's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they are. That is a big one right there.
So that's what I'm starting us with. What do you guys got that's going to top that?
What's a snub, Paul?
Well, I've got two different angles, but the one I'll start with is Ozzy Osbourne. He's in with Black Sabbath.
Uh-huh.
I'm to be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked, retrospectively looking at the nominees and him just passing, and he just had a massive year.
Right.
And look what Ozzy did after Black Sabbath. He sold more records. He was all over radio. He transcended rock and metal.
I hate to do this to you. He got in 2 years ago.
Was it the big Jack Black?
Yeah.
Did the induction speech?
Jack Black inducted him 2 years ago.
Fletcher, you got to listen to this speech. It is epic.
You know what? Now that you say it, I've heard that speech.
Yeah, of course.
I just didn't. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, well then here's my other angle.
But I love the passion.
Yeah.
I love. You know what? After the fact, it's still like, why did it take so long?
It's just added on to the morning that I'm having. Here's the other angle I'll take, and this isn't any specific band. I think what we need to start doing, because you see a bunch of artists who are snubbed that probably will never get in. What they should do is they should get rid of voting, just not in all, but have a separate category and call it Hall of Fame pioneers.
Okay.
Artists who didn't have massive cultural mainstream impacts. Say The Replacements comes to mind. Mm-hmm. You had mentioned Big Star.
Sure.
The Pixies. All of these bands, we were talking about the Velvet Underground. Turns out they're in. But bands like that had, like I was telling you earlier, in my 30 years of radio, I've talked to a ton of artists, and every single, well, not every single, but a vast majority of those named off two artists that influenced them. It's either the Beatles or the Replacements. Almost everybody I've ever talked to.
Right.
And it's staggering. That's kind of, part of what cemented the Replacements to me, of like just how impactful they were over the years.
Sure. Got it.
So we just take all of those pioneers, and year after year we start getting them in that maybe wouldn't otherwise get in.
Okay.
I just think that it's time to...
Okay, what?
Well, I think they kind of
bargument.
do that. It's called the musical influence category, and that's, where your... she played one of the earliest guitar players, Sister
Rosetta Thorpe.
Rosetta Thorpe, that's it. Yeah, that's how she got inducted, and some of those earlier influencers like that. I think that I kind of feel like that goes with what you're going after, Fletcher.
Maybe it does, but it's not doing the job, because we have all these artists that aren't there that should be, and they maybe wouldn't get in based on their overall criteria. Certainly probably wouldn't get voted in.
All right, we do know that the band Rush is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. They should be. Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins, a very great induction speech that time. And then Alex Lifeson with the greatest artist speech ever, where for about 7 minutes, he literally stood there and went, blah, 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 blah.
I think we have a clip that sounded like it.
Yeah. Shoot, that's why we do it, man.
Yeah.
The greatest ever commitment to a bit in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame history for Alex Lifeson. The argument today, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame snubs. Who should get in? Here's mine. Eliminate the ninnies and the twits. Gonna bang some heads, gonna beat some butts. Time to show those evil spuds what's what. Devo.
Yeah.
Come on. We're through being cool. Nothing says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame more than Devo. And by the way, I'm dead serious. That band, before they even put out their first album, was reinventing and reimagining and blowing people's minds. I am a card-carrying Devo man, and I think it's ridiculous that they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Weren't they wasn't it like a college project or something like that? Like a school project at college?
No. They went to Kent State, and Mark Mothersbaugh, Jerry Casale, they were on campus when the National Guard shot and killed a bunch of students. Yeah. And they were already they were doing different things, artists, but that sort of galvanized this thing of, okay, our society is we have to promote de-evolution because we've gone too far. It's a whole thing. It was basically, it wasn't a project from college. It was a bunch of guys at Kent State that got a real kick in the ass creatively and decided to go out.
Okay.
Art as life, life as art. And then along the way, they wrote some hilarious pop hits as well.
Yeah.
But their first album, Are We Not Men, I still think is one of the great albums in the history of recorded music. 651-989-ROCK on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line.
We got a question. I've always wondered why Motley Crue has never made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is there a reason why? That from Jeff in Wisconsin.
They didn't do themselves any favors. They just, being fairly contrarian and arrogant and pissing people off and running their mouths and blah, blah, blah. Vince Neil's not a great face of a band, spokesperson, if you will. He's got a lot of bridges burned. But I also think that Motley Crue, if there's an argument against them, and by the way, they're a huge 30, 40-year band at this point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If they got in, I'd be like, oh, sure, great. They're Motley Crue. They're huge. I think that the thing against them from the Hall has always been, but there's nothing unique about them. They did something other bands were doing. They might have done it better, but they weren't they didn't bring something new to the fold. They just did what a lot of other people did. That's what people say. Now, I don't have a dog in the fight anyway.
Plays on a roller coaster.
That's right. That's very true.
You're talking about, and there are a bunch of bands that are in the Hall of Fame that have done what others have done. So
that's very true. No, I know. We go back and forth all day, which is exactly why we do.
It's a bargument after all.
I mentioned earlier in the show that it was on this day in 1964 that Cassius Clay defeated Sonny Liston, becoming the heavyweight champion of the world, and the following day announced, oh, by the way, I'm changing my name to Muhammad Ali.
Right.
So I thought we'd give the GOAT a few of the last words for today.
Fair.
Oh, hell yeah.
First of all, here's the standard, Ali, a great quote. I've wrestled with alligators. I've tussled with a whale. I done handcuff lightning, and I've thrown thunder in jail.
Uh-huh.
You know I'm bad. Just last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, and hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Yes.
Come on.
I love that one.
That's good stuff. But then I'll go one better.
Okay.
We all have the same God. We just serve him differently. Rivers, lakes, ponds, streams, oceans all have different names, but they all contain water. So do religions have different names, and they all contain truth expressed in different ways, forms, and times. It doesn't matter if you see yourself as a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew, or anything else. When you believe in God, you should believe that all people are part of one family. If you love God, you can't love only some of his children.
How did somebody who got in the squared circle so much still maintain all of that brain power?
Amen, brother.
Yeah, the faculties were there.
Sure. He's the greatest. He's the greatest of all time, not from what he did in the ring. It's all about outside the ring, man. And by the way, What was in the water in Louisville, Kentucky post-World War II when Cassius Clay / Muhammad Ali and Hunter S. Thompson showed up at the same time in that backwater town?
Yeah.
Wow. Louisville's got that going for it. The Kentucky Derby's cool, but you had Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, and Hunter Thompson at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice job, Louisville. Hey, tomorrow on the show, Rank You Very Much. A Thursday staple.
Yes, it is.
A tradition
indeed.
like no other.
Yeah, sure.
But
We're getting there.
way before we get to tomorrow, we got what's coming up next. Fletcher, what do you got? 2
text keywords for the Rockville Flyaway, commercial free over lunch just after 11:45. And then just after 10, I got a song written in just 2 hours by Debbie Harry, offered to Stevie Nicks. She passed, and so it turned into the song I'm going to play.
Sweet. I look forward to hearing what that song is. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. See ya.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.